And welcome to another episode of Lexx Education, the comedy science podcast where a comedian with a sore finger tries to learn science from her brother Ron. Hello, Ron.
Hello, I'm Ron. What has happened to your finger, mate?
Ron, I've hurt it.
Oh, that looks ouchy.
It is ouchy, and it was real gross the way it happened, too. I was trying to open a sachet of vinegar to put on my cheesy chips for lunch, and my thumb slipped, and my thumbnail is so much stronger than my fingernail that it just went down and sliced off half my fingernail.
That must be the sign of some deficiency, right?
But why is all the strength in my thumbnail?
I don't know.
It cut through the other nail like butter.
Butter nails.
But why is all the strength in my thumbnails?
Maybe thumbnails are built from... they're not. But maybe they're built from different stuff.
You can't say they are not and then maybe they are.
You know, well, they're thicker, aren't they? Because thumbs are bigger.
Are they bigger? I don't think thumbs are bigger.
My thumbs are way bigger.
I don't think mine are.
Ugh, yeah, you do have horrible little stumpy thumbs.
They're not stumpy. They're not thicker. Like my big toes, they are like the daddy toes compared to all my other toes. They are about the width of two toes. But my thumbs
One of my
just
thumbs
normal.
is crooked.
Why?
I broke it.
When?
When I was 14.
What did you do?
I was playing hockey. I fell on it and it just went...
Oh.
And I didn't go, because I am my father's son, I didn't go to the hospital for a week. And then went in there, ran into Rasheen's mum. She was the doctor. And then she x-rayed it. And she was like, I can't believe you haven't come to the hospital for a week. The bones are off of the plate.
Oh, Ron.
Yeah.
And now you've got a crooked thumb forever.
I've got a crooked thumb forever now.
There was a crooked man with a crooked thumb who lived on Crooked Lane. Is that a thing? It is really crooked, and it's baggier than the other one. Skin's all baggy. It looks like that thumb's had a bath.
It was bent a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is. It is very crooked.
Now they're both baggy.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with me. I've hurt my finger. Child of the podcast just banged her head. I had 2 portions of cheesy chips today and no other food. Living my best life, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you up to? You're busy tonight?
I'm busy all the time, mate.
What are you doing tonight, Ron?
Tonight's D&D.
D&D?
Monday, I went to a very good hip-hop gig in Bristol.
Hippity
Shout
hoppity.
out Rap Ferreira. It was very, very good. Yesterday, I got the band back together. We were in the studio getting
The
some
Peach
songs.
Boys?
No. Not the Peach Boys. What are you doing?
The wind is blowing on my microphone and making a noise I don't like, so I'm trying to block it. It's hot today.
Then yesterday, I was rehearsing with the band. Today's D&D. Tomorrow I'm playing guitar with a different friend. And then Friday I'm off to a festival. It's a good week.
End of the Road Festival?
No, that's in a couple of weeks.
Oh.
I'm going to... Yeah, this goes out afterwards. I'm going to Inglefest.
Inglefest. Oh, it's in Bristol.
Near Bristol.
What do you mean this goes out afterwards? Because you don't want to get mobbed by people.
Yeah, I don't want people to be like, I'll go to Inglefest so I can get my peepers on Ron. It is...
No, if you want to get your peepers on Ron, go to the London Podcast Festival on the 16th of September.
Please.
1 month to the day that we're recording this.
Oh, please come. It's going to be a really good time. Tickets are less than £15, I think.
Tickets are as cheap as we were allowed to make them.
Bring your mum. She'll really, really like it.
She'll love it. She'll fall so in love with Ron.
Bring Aunt Janny. She'll have a good time.
Who's got an Aunt Janny?
Cousin Brill.
I should stop playing with this while we're recording.
It sounds bad. Worse than the wind did. This is what happens when we record and we haven't chatted in a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I say a while. It's been 3 days.
Yeah. Ron's
But we do
Corner.
miss
What's
each other, don't we,
Ron?
Ron?
His mind. It's the segment I introduced last
Are
week.
you going to make a musical sting?
You told me I wouldn't do it again, but here I am doing it again because neither of us have listened to this episode, so we
It's
have
not
to
only
kill
that we
time.
haven't listened to it, Ron, it's not edited yet. I haven't got the scoobiest idea what's in this week's episode.
All right, we can whisper for a bit. Why have Mum and Dad have just shown up at your house?
I think they're being kind because Tom's away and I think they're helping me. And it's their wedding anniversary today.
Yeah, that's weird that they've come to you for their wedding anniversary.
Yeah, they're going out together though, just the two of them. So it's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's nice. They've been very helpful.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Ron's Corner. What's Ron his mind? Do you know shark teeth are just modified scales?
I think I did know that. Don't they have like over 300 teeth in their lifetime?
Yeah, because they just keep on growing. I think they have like 300 teeth at any one given moment.
Hey, did that book of facts arrive at your house?
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you got that shark fact from?
No, I've known this for years, mate.
Just been carrying it around.
Yeah, it was mentioned on a podcast I was listening to earlier, so I've been thinking about it.
Don't cheat on this podcast.
I don't listen to this podcast.
Ron, you have to. We need all the downloads we can get.
I'm in this podcast.
Well, just download it and don't listen to it, but download it.
Why?
Just boosts our numbers.
What, so that when we look at them, we go, oh, great.
Yeah.
But then I know to subtract 2 to all of those numbers.
I don't. No, I don't.
Right, have a nice episode, everyone.
Oh, that's it. This was so pointless. We could have just started with the bell. Hey, Ron. One. Hi, Ron.
Hi.
Ron. Ronkazoid. Ron Diddley. Ron Ronkin. Ronzo Caronzo Beans. Hi, Ron.
Hiya.
How are you?
Yep, good, thanks. I bought a guitar today.
Whoa. I saw a really cool pedal in a shop yesterday and I was going to text it to you, but it was raining and I didn't want to stop walking.
That's fair. Do text that to me. I'd be interested in seeing it if you walk past it again.
It was purple.
Ooh, do you know what it did?
No.
Oh. Okay.
End of conversation. Next conversation.
Didn't you want to ask me about the guitar that I bought?
Wow. Yes, I do. Is it the Tremolo Blonzo one that you wanted to get?
No, check it out. I think you're going to like it. It's very nice to look at.
Are you showing it to me in real life or are you sending me a link?
It arrives on Monday.
Whoa.
So I will send you.
That's the good thing about online shopping, is you get the day you bought it and the day it arrives. It's like 2 shopping days.
Also, I bought it online, and then you can just pay in 3 installments. Otherwise, I'd have to wait a couple of months to save up to buy it.
Did you do Klarna?
I did do Klarna.
How much is the interest on that?
None.
Wowzers, trousers.
Yeah. And they, don't check at all. It was well easy. Look at that. It's like autumnal, but 70s.
Oh, it's very 70s. So we're
Yeah.
looking at one of those electric guitars with, the little nubbin bit on the bottom, and it's got, a strum rest thing, 6 strings, it's Fender, it's got some knobs on it, very shiny bit down the bottom. Oh, it's lovely. Very 70s orange, like a warm burnt orange.
It's a Telecaster Player Plus Nashville edition.
Right, yeah.
The Nashville has a 3rd Strat pickup in it. I'm going to replace one of the pickups, and then I'm going to have 3 different types of pickup for a lot of versatility on this guitar, Laura.
What's a pickup, Ron?
A pickup is what...
I'm assuming you don't mean a truck. Wouldn't it be wild if your guitar was a truck? And you were driving a musical instrument. It's weak, but I've done it.
You know how an electrical current is generated?
No, don't do science with it.
Well,
Don't use this as a teachable moment, please. This is the nice bit before it all goes down.
But you know, no. But you know how
in a resultant force.
An electrical current is generated by a magnet moving near a coil of wires.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Basically, the pickups convert the movement of the strings into an electrical signal that then goes down the wire to the amplifier.
What did I ask? What did you say?
You asked what pickups were.
Right.
Yeah.
What was it?
They convert the movement of the strings
Yeah.
into an electrical signal.
So what happens if you don't have a pickup?
It's an acoustic guitar.
Oh. Why have you got 3 pickups?
Because different
You
pickups
say
work.
because. Nobody says because as much as you.
Because what?
Because.
Because what?
Yeah, most people just say because. You say because.
Yeah, when I'm like recording a podcast and I have to think a bit about what I'm saying.
Because.
Now I'm really self-conscious. It's got 3 pickups because pickups work slightly differently. So this one, I think it has. I can't even remember what they're called off the top of my head now.
Stanley, Travago, and Schlum.
No, it's got the single coil ones.
The Morena coil. Is that the one that's hormone free? That's the one I've got, the copper coil.
Gross.
Yeah, reproduction's gross.
It is gross.
You're gross.
Yeah, and then different guitars have different pickups. It affects how they sound, the tone and stuff, and what you can do with them. Really.
Can you dig a hole with it?
No.
No.
Nor would I. I love this guitar more than I love you.
You don't even have that guitar yet.
Yeah, that's how much I love it.
Fuck you, Ron. You're a vindictive shit.
Weird
you
start
are more
to the
disappointing
episode.
than when your parents say there's pudding and what they mean is there's yogurt.
What's wrong with yogurt?
It's not a good pudding.
You give it to
Yogurt
your
is
child
the
every day
vegetables
for
of
pudding.
Yeah, because she doesn't know better. She's so young. Oh my God, I gave her a fairy cake today and she went mad. She licked the icing and then I swear just leant forward and went, oh, onto the cake to get more. It was probably had to be there. Biology this week.
Yeah.
If you
fine.
can tear your face away from your guitar.
Oh, I just want to look at it. Can you remember what we were studying last time?
Oh, I hate it when you say that because it just sets me up for failure.
Failure.
Oh, shut up. Failure. Photosynthesis? I feel like we've been doing that for a while.
No, this was a really nice episode. It's the one that just went out that you listened to earlier today.
That kind of was photosynthesis and starch.
Glucose, yeah, the different uses of glucose.
Different uses of glucose. Can you use it to build a house? You could, but it's not advisable. There would be wasps all over your house all the time. And lots of Lucasade salesmen coming round to see if they can use the bricks from your house to put in the drinks. But Laura, that wouldn't be the salesman's job. They'd be out selling the Lucasade. How do you even sell Lucasade in this day and age? Surely everybody that's a drinks vendor has considered Lucasade. Yeah, that's the existential crisis of being a Lucasade salesman. Yeah. I don't think that song went anywhere anybody thought it would. You had a drink of water at the end?
I neither wanted to stop that nor join in. That was...
You couldn't have joined in. Not even
that
if you
needed to
wanted
be left on its own.
I'm giddy.
What was the first use? So, we were looking at glucose. We were looking at uses of glucose.
Yep.
Yeah, last time. What was the first one?
If a ball is in motion, then don't stop it and it'll keep going. And if something is stopped, you have to overcome the stoppage to get it to go.
Was that a joke?
Yeah, it was good.
It was good acting.
It was good.
Look at this nice plant.
Yeah, that was in my house for ages. You
Yeah,
took it
but
away.
it's recovered now.
Oh my God, you're so rude to me.
Why do you take everything as a jab?
Because
It's
I said it was
recovered
in my house and you said, yeah, it's recovered now.
Yeah, so it wasn't looking its best at your house, but I've managed to get it back up and running.
Why didn't you just get it back up and running while it was at my house?
Because I wasn't looking at it all day and trying to procrastinate at my desk, was I?
Why not? Put it on your desk at my house.
I don't have... No, Laura. That's a weird thing to complain about.
I don't like negativity about me.
Nobody said anything about you. You've inserted yourself into
said
it
my
like a
house
weird
killed
little
your plant.
narcissistic snail.
The narcissism
Look at this.
snail.
Look at this other plant that I bought though.
Oh, didn't buy it when you lived with me, did you? No, didn't want to buy nice things
No,
for
because
me.
you'd have killed it with your horrible witch hands. Anyway, so what was the first use of glucose?
Energy.
Yeah, from?
The sun.
How do we get the energy out of the glucose?
Photosynthesis.
No, that's how we make the glucose. Fuck me, it's Groundhog Day, just over and over again. Just the same input, nothing changes, the same shit comes out every time.
Oh, I was really happy with photo. I thought that was
No.
definitely right. Respiration.
Thank you. Yep, so we're moving on to section 4.4.2, specifically 4.4.2.1.
Why have you suddenly started doing these numbers so much?
I find it quite funny, and they're fun to say.
Oh, okay.
4.4.2.1.
Respiration. Oh, I've put respirations. Let's scribble that S out. Goodbye, S. Goodbye, S.
4.4.2.1, specifically under the 4.4.2 respiration,
Ron,
is 4.4.2.1
stop it!
aerobic and anaerobic respiration.
Aerobic and anaerobic.
Do you know what these?
these?
Do you know what those two words mean?
One of them is about oxygen and one of them is without oxygen. I think aerobic is with oxygenated and anaerobic is non-oxygenated.
Yeah, that is correct. If the first time you did say one of them's about oxygen, which is
Yeah,
weird.
you know.
So, absolutely. Aerobic is respiration in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobic is in the presence of no oxygen. Your cells can do both.
Yeah, and if you do anaerobic, you get lactic acid build-up, and that's what makes your muscles tired, as your body has to process it. And that's why sometimes you feel sick after exercise, because there's too much acid in your tummy, and you've got to process it another way.
Yeah. Well done, Laura.
Yes!
Maybe we're going to get through this quicker than we thought. What do organisms need energy for?
Moving,
Yep.
repairing,
Yep.
growing.
It's written, there's kind of bucketed those two in the syllabus. It says chemical reactions to build larger molecules. What burns a lot of energy in humans and penguins and dogs and horses and cats and gnus and wildebeest, but not in lizards or fish or worms or spiders?
Singing?
No. Gnus don't sing.
Yeah, they do. I'm a gnu. I'm a gnu. Do you know the gnu song?
GNU Monday. Yeah. I see a GNU in the harbour. If you were a
It
GNU
had
Water
to
fan,
be
you'd have loved that.
GNU.
Laura! You've ruined the punchline for that.
What was the punchline, sorry?
I said that the band was called GNU Order.
I thought you'd already done that, though. Wasn't that the punchline?
No, the
you
song
did
was
first?
called GNU Monday.
Oh, sorry.
There's many
Sorry.
layers.
I was singing It Had to Be GNU.
It's GNU Dawn, it's GNU Day, it's GNU Life.
For me.
And I'm feeling good.
Do. Well, we're not going to top that. It's keeping warm, Ron. Keeping warm is the answer you're looking for.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well done. And what are all of those things that I listed, apart from the penguin?
Primates. Mammals!
Yes.
Mammals!
Yeah.
Mammals. Mammalian. David Mammalt.
So, are you taking notes?
Yeah.
No, you're having fun. Huh?
Both, actually, Ron. If I'm
That's
honest
good.
with you, sir.
That's the best place to be. Okay, so do you know what the equation for aerobic respiration is?
No.
Yeah, hazard a guess. Have a go.
What did you say? Equation for what?
Yeah.
I heard the word equation and just assumed I didn't know.
The equation for aerobic respiration.
Movement plus O2 equals yes.
What gets used up in respiration?
Energy.
No.
No. Amino acids?
No.
Protein.
Think about it. Stop
ATP.
just talking. No,
ATP.
stop for a second. Stop for a fucking second.
Stop you!
And just
I only
no,
just
think,
started. I hate when
Laura,
you stop me. when I only just
Laura,
started.
stop thinking for a
Stop
second.
thinking.
Just reset your brain. Think it through. Use context. Use weeks of stop doing that. How did we get on to the topic of respiration?
Oxygen.
That's one. What's the other one? We talked about it for a fucking hour in the last biology episode.
Starch.
What's starch made out of?
Sugar.
What's the word for sugar that we've been using for hours now?
High.
It's glucose, you large dunce.
What did you call me?
I called you a large dunce.
I don't like that. That isn't kind. Glucose.
If you start being a smaller dunce, I'll recognise that on
Christ,
podcast on
why
there.
can't we just say sugar?
Because there are different types of sugar. Fructose, galactose, lactose.
You're making up
To name but a few.
galactose.
I'm not.
That's not real. That sounds like something out of
No.
Avengers.
No, galactose is a real
Galactose
sugar.
killed my father. That kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it's because in sci-fi they use sciencey sounding words. Actually, galactose that kills the father is named after the sugar.
Because he's sweet.
That's some sweet daddy killing.
Yeah, you know, he's like a cool.
Sugar daddy, that's his
guy.
other name.
I'm galactose. Brown sugar. Ow, how come you killed my dad?
Very nice.
Thank you. Glucose plus oxygen equals CO2, maybe?
Absolutely.
Yes. And heat.
No, so it's a chemical equation, so we're looking for a chemical. Do you remember what glucose is made up of?
Sugar. No.
It is a sugar.
Hey, C6O6 H12 holiday oranges. That one.
Yep, okay.
C6 H12O6.
Yep. Okay. So if we're making carbon dioxide, that's got no H's in it, does it? So the H's have to go somewhere.
H's have to go somewhere. Hydrogen, I guess, then.
Do you think there's lots of hydrogen gas coming out of our bodies all the time?
Might be. Might be. That
Do
can't
you
we?
think
Might be,
I'd
mate.
be asking this question if I was? Whether I was?
Well, you said it has to come somewhere. It doesn't have to be a gas. It could be hydrogen solid.
Do you think there's lots of Laura, pick up on fucking social
you,
cues.
Ron.
The intensity of your duncehood is increasing.
Wait a minute.
So it's probably not that. Huh?
Okay,
All right?
okay, you passive-aggressive little wanker. Hey,
Probably not
hey,
that.
we like to go to Cambridge in the summer, the weekends.
We don't go to school there, but we like to go there in the summer and the weekends.
Yeah. You go punting.
From
or something,
Oxford?
probably. No, you don't live in Oxford.
I don't get the
Wish you
bit that
did
you're
not.
doing then. I thought it was...
It's an impression of you and your stupid boy voice. I'm picking up my gel pens using this pair of scissors. Hydrochloric acid?
Where's the chlorine come from, Laura?
Yeah. I forgot. I thought it was carbon. Hydrocarbons.
That is possible, but that's not what it is. At least with the available building blocks, that could be made, but no.
Hey, is water hydrogen oxide?
And that's one way that you could say it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is it water?
Yes.
Ron! Ron, don't sit there like that because I got it. Just because there was a pause while I thought. You should be proud. I got that, Ron. Ron. I got it right.
Okay. Righty rubles then. That's aerobic respiration, isn't it?
Yes.
The sudden wave of the sleepies.
You're just so blown away by my impressive deduction skills.
Because you're fucking tiring. The equation for anaerobic respiration is just a straight glucose to lactic acid. No other bits needed, no other things taken out.
Glucose equals lactic acid. All right.
Do you remember last time when we were talking about the difference between sugar and fats?
Yeah, I remember talking about the difference between starch and fat.
What's starch made of, Laura?
So sames?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yes, then yes, I do remember.
Can you remember where I said the energy in these molecules is stored? Like the bit that we get the energy from.
In the DNA.
Remember the sugar's DNA? Does that sound right?
The tail, the little tail.
Tail of what?
Tail of polymonomers.
You think you make a polymer and you just nibble off the tail?
With a long chain.
Chain of what?
I don't know, do I? Monomers. Polymers? Monomers? I remember doing a tail.
You didn't do a tail.
I think we did.
No, you drew a fat molecule.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
Amino?
Why are you saying
DNA?
amino? Why are you saying DNA?
So I remember talking
Why?
about DNA.
No, it's just a polymer.
It's a polymer. I said that.
Yeah, but we don't get energy from DNA.
What do you want me to say? Polymer?
No, I've asked you to stop saying polymer. Fuck.
Polymer?
We drew out a hydrocarbon, a lipid molecule. That was the chain of C's with all of the hydrogens coming off.
Yeah, that's the tail I was talking about.
Why is that a tail?
Because it looks like a tail.
Do you think all things that are long and do you see like a cable and just say that looks like a tail?
Yeah, if I was asked to describe it, I'd say it looks like a tail.
Weird. So we were talking about that.
Would you say a cable does not look like a tail?
It's not in my mind all the time, all the hundreds of times I interact with cables during the day.
Well, that's sad for you. You could be imagining lots of puppies.
You are a little creep about tails, though.
I've got a tail.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I love it.
Anywho, it was the hydrogens, wasn't it? It was the hydrogens that...
What was?
The bond between the hydrogen and the carbon is where the energy is stored that we can take out.
Okay.
Do you remember talking about that last time?
Nope.
So that's why fat is more calorically dense than sugar.
Oh, you fucking love that sentence.
Because there's a lot more carbon to hydrogen bonds. Are there any carbon to hydrogen...
Calorically dense. Dense,
yes. Calorically dense. There we go, episode title, bang.
And that was me that came up with that. And actually, I came up with that way quicker than you would have done. Just like you come up with the science quicker than me. So we just have different brains.
I don't know why you're calling yourself a dense dunce is the win that you think it is.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. Calorically dense.
Anyway,
that's not going to be one of your SEO titles, though.
Are there any hydrogen to carbon bonds on the other side of an aerobic respiration?
No.
Why do you sound unsure?
I was trying to read your face. So I thought I'd say the word slowly to see how you react.
Laura, don't do that, because you're not good at reading people.
I'm trying to get better.
No, think about it and look at the molecules that are made.
What? How can I look at them? They're tiny.
We might have to stop.
What, totally?
Yeah.
62 episodes.
It's done.
We've just had new artwork made. I'm not stopping now. Not until that's paid for itself.
Then fucking buck up your ideas.
That was a good joke, Ron. I got you with that one.
Buck up your ideas, mate. Come on.
Well, how can I look at them? Where are they?
You told me what the reaction was.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's made in an aerobic respiration?
Glucose and lactic acid.
No, that's anaerobic, isn't it?
Oh, aerobic is glucose, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water.
Yeah, what's made?
Carbon dioxide and water.
Yeah, are there any carbon to hydrogen bonds in that? You know both of these molecules.
What's a molecule? Is water the molecule? H2O is the molecule.
They're all fucking molecules.
Carbon to hydrogen? No. I was right. I said no. When I get it right, can we just move on instead of having to shuffle round the dance floor until I get it right in the way that you wanted it right? If it's right, let's just take it as a fucking win.
No, because you guessed by picking a random one and then looking at my face. You didn't think about it at all.
Who cares, Ron? A win's a win. The examiner's not going to sit there staring at me like you didn't say it properly right.
Who do you think the examiner's going to be? It's me, and I'm going to stare at you saying you didn't get that properly right.
Why?
Because I hate you. Okay.
I thought things would calm down when we weren't in the same room anymore. It's gotten
No, we're still running
worse.
hot. And if anything, I'm just better rested. So.
Oh, I guess the bed that I gave you wasn't good enough either.
It's too short for me. I don't know how Tom used to sleep in that. Actually, I asked him about this, and this is one of the saddest things anyone has ever said to me. I was like, Tom, I'm not a tall man, and I have to poke my toes through the slats at the end of that bed. How on earth did you survive? And he said, I had to learn to curl up. Which is just so sad.
It's fine. He regularly sleeps in the fetal position since he married me, don't worry. Actually, a lot of the time he sleeps diagonally because I don't reach the end of the bed, so we kind of fit like that.
Yeah. But yeah. Plus, the curtains here are just a bit darker, which is nice.
Oh, fucking send me a list of everything that's wrong with my house, why don't you? Shit me, I won't invite you again.
Yes, you will.
I won't.
You crave the company. Okay, Laura. In the glucose to lactic acid equation,
Yeah?
are there any carbon to hydrogen bonds in the product? Now, before you panic or just try and guess by looking at me, have a think about what you know about the way that carbons and hydrogens and oxygens and stuff bond together, and see if you can work out the answer before taking an ill-informed guess. Treat it a bit like a game. Carbons can make 4 bonds, oxygens can make 2, hydrogens can make 1. Is there any way that you could arrange that there would be no hydrogen to carbon bonds?
No.
No, because if all of the hydrogens have to bond to oxygens, that's going to use up all of the bonds on the oxygens because they can only make 2. You see? So, what
See there though, Ron? I didn't think about what you asked me to think about at all. I just paused for a while and then said no slowly.
Then you've robbed yourself of an opportunity to learn, and more fool you.
But I have learned.
No, you haven't.
I have.
No, you haven't.
I got it right.
This won't stay in. It's a 50-50 guess. You've not learned.
I have.
You will remain a large dunce.
Calorically dunce. Is lactic acid milk?
No.
Why is it lac?
Because lactic acid is the acid version of lactose, which is the sugar that's in milk.
Ah.
So what can we work out from that observation about the efficacy of that reaction?
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say efficacy in real life before.
It's a good word, isn't it?
Yeah, I only knew it from Lily the Pink.
Calorically, efficacy. I'm full of good words. Brimming. Another good word.
What was the question?
Okay, we'll work it through again. Where is the energy stored in these molecules that we harvest?
In the hydrogen to carbon link bonds.
Yep. And in an aerobic reaction, there are no carbon to hydrogen bonds left at the end of it. In an anaerobic respiration, there are some. So what can we infer about the efficacy of the anaerobic respiration?
It's less efficient.
It's less efficient, yeah. We're not getting all of the energy out of the glucose there we're using.
Why?
Yeah. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anaerobic. That's how anaerobic respiration goes in humans, animals, mammals especially. Anaerobic respiration in plants and yeast cells goes a little bit different.
Yeast cells. Yeast-oldy cells.
You probably are aware of the product of anaerobic respiration in plants and yeast. Do you happen to know what it is?
Hang on. Playback. The product of anaerobic respiration in plants
And yeast.
and yeast. Well, I'm thinking my starter, it's carbon dioxide that bubbles up, isn't it? But then things...
Yep, no, that's one of them.
Oh, it's carbon dioxide. Okay.
And?
Alcohol?
Yeah, ethanol. Really well done. Yeah. So another word for anaerobic respiration in yeast cells is fermentation.
I started thinking about that family that Megan used to be friends with then.
What family that Megan used to be friends with?
Fermins.
Oh. Right. How long have we been recording?
35 minutes.
Cool, that's a good place to stop.
What, just me referencing a family?
Yep.
Okay, well, can you go back to the bit where I got alcohol and ethanol right, fermentation, and then just end it in a more well-rounded way?
No.
Ron, we're not just ending it like this with a random reference to a family and then you just going like, well, I've contractually fulfilled my obligations, goodbye.
No further questions, Your Honour. Case dismissed.
We'll see how familiar it is.
Well, I
So
mean,
we're
if we
gonna-
don't have a recording of it either way, then we have to do it, so it doesn't really matter, but...
There might be a recording of it somewhere in my downloads, but
I don't see why we'd have done a quiz and then not the next episode.
maybe we prepared the quiz and then couldn't be bothered to record it.
That's probably the thing.
That feels like us.
Yeah.
Soluble salts from the window, man.
The window man?
Yeah, that's where you get your soluble salts from, don't you remember?
No?
Your brain is a swamp. What's the quiz about today, Ron?
Aerobic and anaerobic respiration.
I remember this.
Yes, because
Lactic acid.
we've potentially done it in a lesson and a quiz, but we are so disorganised, we actually just don't know.
I'm really organised. I've got the spreadsheet.
Yeah, but you're organised to the point where, you know, if you get a fly in the ointment, it all goes out the window.
No, it's just we're organised in different ways because I've got the magical spreadsheet and you don't know numbers and I don't know what we studied and you don't write down what we studied next to the numbers and I only write down the numbers.
I never
So-
go in that sheet.
Well, that's where you're fucking us up then, mate.
Yeah. What's the formula for aerobic respiration, Laura?
I'm going to read out the only formula that's in the book.
Don't read it
On
out
this
from the
page.
book.
All right, then I don't know.
Okay, 0 marks for that one.
No, let me read it from my learning book.
Why?
Because that is a type of learning.
It's not. That's a type of reading.
Who wrote it down?
The people that wrote the syllabus. You've just
No,
copied it, but you have
me.
not learnt this.
I listened.
No, but you've not learnt it.
Ron,
It's not...
when Abraham Lincoln gave his famous 77 years ago speech, did he or did he not write the speech?
I don't know.
He did.
Are you sure?
But just because he was reading it off a piece of paper, it doesn't mean he wasn't giving the speech.
Yes, but you did not discover aerobic respiration. I would
No,
not fault the
learned
people
it.
that came up with this shit for writing it down. That's an important part of history and science. You are not
learned it.
contributing.
I am.
You're not.
Anyway, it's
You're
glucose
writing
and
down
oxygen equals CO2 and H2O.
shattered fragments of nuggets of science and
The
then
giant's causeway of learning.
guessing which one applies to the question that's being asked.
That's just what my life is, Ron.
Like I say, you're not contributing.
I am emotionally.
Really?
When we discover emotional sciences, they'll be like, she was way ahead of her time. I'm going to be like the Van Gogh of feelings.
They have. That's social sciences.
Maybe that's me then. Maybe I'm one of those.
You're one of the social sciences.
Yeah. Is there an empathy one? I'm that one.
Empathology.
Yeah.
No. What's... In animals, Laura, in animals, what's the formula for anaerobic respiration?
Glucose equals carbon dioxide and water.
Write it out, see if that would work.
No. Okay.
Think about
Feel
it
like
for a
no.
bit.
I'm reading your tone. You're saying no. Glucose equals carbon monoxide and 6H2O and lactic acid.
You think that when we respire anaerobically, we make carbon monoxide? We'd all be dead.
Okay, I'm reading your
That
phone.
would be such a horrible negative feedback loop, because the more carbon monoxide you made, the less oxygen you'd be able to get. And then the more carbon dioxide, monoxide you'd make, and then you'd die. You'd die
Okay,
instantly.
not that then. Not that.
No,
Let's try
you
another
don't
one.
know, and that's okay.
No,
Right, you have
let's
one
try
more
another
guess,
one.
and you're going to get a third of a mark even if you get this right.
Just nod at the bits that are right, okay?
No.
Glucose. No. Okay.
I'm not saying no to glucose. I'm saying no, I'm not going to nod
Oh,
to help.
why?
Because if you're going to just read it out of a book, and if you're going to claim that
I'm
you're...
not reading it out of a book. There's nothing written in the book.
Yeah.
That thing I read you last time is the only note I made. So now I am using my brain, and you're still not fucking happy.
So which one is it, Laura? Are you using the book, and are you contributing to science because you're because you're the next footnote in the long tapestry of people writing this down, or are you not? Like,
Ron, I'm using the book when the book is available, but I didn't
'cause
write down this one.
But if that's the one method that you're going with, why didn't you write this down?
Oh, because I was probably talking to you.
Right, you don't know.
No, let me think.
All right, you have one more guess.
Yeah, that is still the original one more guess. Glucose. And there's no oxygen. So just glucose equals carbon dioxide and lactic acid.
No.
No water.
No.
That was anticlimactic, wasn't it?
Where
Wouldn't it have
would
been
the-
great if I...
What's the formula for carbon dioxide?
CO2,
Where's all that oxygen coming from?
the glucose.
But then, do you think there are 2 oxygens for every carbon in a glucose molecule? Plus all of the other shit that you need to make lactic acid.
I don't know what lactic acid is.
But does that... No, but you know what glucose
Yeah,
is.
but I don't know how many carbons. There might be like 6 carbons or something.
Well, you know how many carbons are in glucose.
6.
Yeah, how many oxygens?
6.
So could you make CO2?
Yeah. You just have to put the big numbers on the front to balance it.
But then...
You know?
But you're only having one input.
Is there more than one input?
No, there's just glucose.
Okay.
So you don't see what I'm saying, do you? All right, we're moving on. 0 marks.
Well, what's the answer then, you fuck?
It's just glucose into lactic acid.
Oh, that's a tricko.
It's not a
I
trick.
don't even know what lactic acid is. You still breathe it out, though.
Yeah. When you're running,
You're not spitting out lactic acid, are you?
and your muscles are anaerobically respiring, do
Yeah.
you stop breathing?
I guess that is what I had assumed was happening.
No, your whole body does not flick from aerobic to anaerobic.
Oh, so your muscles are doing one, but your lungs are doing the other one.
Well, it's just... Well, no, every cell...
Oh, it's so hot up here. I am like flop sweating.
Disgusting. Every cell will be doing both, basically.
Crikey. No wonder I'm always tired.
Okay, Laura, what's the formula for anaerobic respiration in bacteria and yeast?
We didn't do that.
Yes, we did.
Ah, Ron. Glucose equals 6 CO2.
Just glucose equals 6 CO2. Run those numbers again, Laura. Where's all the fucking oxygen coming from?
The glucose.
No, because you just told me there's the same number of carbons and oxygens. So where's the fucking glucose? Where's the oxygen
Glucose
coming from?
and sucrose. Starch. Starch.
Why are you
Starch.
saying starch at me? Why are you saying starch at me?
We talked about starch, didn't we?
Yeah, but why are you saying starch at me right now?
Is there starch?
What's starch?
Formal sugar.
Formal sugar?
Yeah,
It's not
it's
wearing
like-
a fucking tie. What's it for?
Tidying the sugar up.
It's storage. It's storage
Yeah.
of glucose. So why would that be relevant now?
I don't know. I'm just trying to say words.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying don't just fucking say things.
Cool, I haven't said that in a while. Is it glucose?
They're all glucose.
Right,
That's
okay.
what glucose is for. It's for respiring on and with and at.
Glucose plus heat.
Anaerobic respiration.
Glucose equals lactic acid?
That's the same as the one you just did.
Yep.
Why is it when we're doing things like this that you don't think?
I haven't got... I know you want me to say something else...
Laura?
But shut
Laura,
up,
you're
shut
a baker.
up, shut
Laura,
up,
Laura,
shut
Laura,
up,
Laura,
shut up,
Laura,
shut
Laura,
up, 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 shut up for a minute. Hey, Ron.
Laura,
Hey, shut
Laura,
your face. Ron, Ron,
Laura,
shut up.
Laura,
Shut up for a while.
Laura.
And, hey, be quiet.
Laura.
Try shutting up for 1 second while I talk to you. Hey, listen. Because
But I'm really worried you're not going to say anything.
You're not shutting up, are you? Yes, this is noisy Ron, not quiet little baby Ron, which is what we're looking for. There we go. Well done.
Laura.
No, shut up. You make it very hard for me to work things out because I don't have any more inputs for this. And then when I try and think of an input, you go, don't just say things, don't flap your mealy little gums and just pull things out of your bum, when actually what I'm doing is trying to do what you're asking me to do.
Yeah, but here's the thing with that, Laura, is that your first port of call in every scenario when it comes to this podcast is trial and error. And that's not always the quickest route to an answer. So rather than going, right, okay, so we're dealing with glucose, what's something that I've heard about in the same context as glucose? Oh, starch. Maybe I'll say starch, which is what you did before. Why don't you think, okay, the questions about bacteria and yeast, where do I know those from in my day-to-day life? I'm a baker. What happens when I use yeast?
Bread?
Yeah? What's happening when the
Bubbles?
yeast happens?
Bubbles?
Or where else is yeast used?
Marmite?
That's yeast extract. Where else is it used in industry?
Beer?
Yeah. What's in beer?
Bubbles?
Yep. What's the bubbles made out of?
Yeast?
You think that's gaseous yeast?
Is he the one that Muhammad Ali beat?
You think that the formula is glucose equals gaseous yeast when they respire anaerobically? They just evaporate themselves? Is that what you think?
Probably is.
No, what's in fucking beer, you dunce?
Salt?
Oh, I mean, you know me, I love tucking into a crispy pint of salty beer. But they put that in separately. What else is in beer?
Hops?
No, what's in it? It's fucking alcoholic.
No!
It's alcoholic. Why is...
Alcohol?
Ethanol,
Do you want me to say
yes.
alcohol?
Yeah, so glucose is turned into ethanol, alcohol, and carbon dioxide, the bubbles.
Bread alcoholic?
No, but they make CO2 in the bread, don't they? That's what gives it the bubbles.
So what are you asking me to say?
Just think
What's the
about
answer?
yeast, ethanol and carbon dioxide.
Christ.
Rather than just being
make
like,
this so difficult.
Glucose is in fruit pastels, so maybe it's fruit pastels and oxygen.
Are we done? What's the fucking next one?
No, that's it. That's the quiz. Oh no, there is one more. There's another one. This one's a biggie as well. Why is anaerobic respiration less efficient than aerobic?
Because we can't process lactic acid. We can't break it down. It has to go in our tummies. It makes us feel sick.
Why would that make it more or less efficient? We can't
That's
process
annoying,
carbon
isn't it?
dioxide either.
We just poof it out. We can't.
Do you think from my tone right now that you've got the answer right? Or do you want to have another bite of the cherry?
Probably not, because you're all shagged about. Because, we don't know what to do with the alcohol?
We're not making alcohol, are we, in our bodies? Because that was bacteria and yeast. And I know you breathe in a lot of gaseous yeast, apparently, day to day, but no.
What was our one?
Glucose equals lactic acid.
Why is it less efficient?
Why is it less efficient? Where's the energy stored in glucose?
Starch.
What's starch?
I feel like I'm fucking stuck in a box. I can't get out because every way I try, you hate it.
Again,
You said it was storage. Oh!
Yeah, but what is starch made out of, Laura? Laura? Laura?
Guys,
Laura? Laura?
I feel like I'm going to get hit with a stick again.
You little smooth-brained toad, what is starch made out of?
Glucose.
And what did I ask? Where's the energy stored in glucose?
I don't know.
Where's the energy?
They're
Yes?
bonds. The bonds.
Which bonds? Which bonds?
The bonds.
Which bonds?
All of them? I don't know.
Would I be asking which if it was all of them?
The carbon bonds?
Carbon to what?
The oxygen. Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. It's the CH bonds, isn't it? Remember how fat is... Shut up. Remember how fat is much more energy dense for us because there's so many more carbon to hydrogen bonds in it?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So, in aerobic respiration, it makes CO2 and water, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are there any carbon to hydrogen bonds in either of those two molecules?
No.
No. So we've broken all of those. We've released all of the energy that we can from those molecules. Are there any carbon to hydrogen bonds in lactic acid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. So it's not as efficient because we've not broken all of those bonds and gotten all of the energy out of it.
Boken.
Oh, yeah. Fucking climb up on your little high pony because I misspoke once. All right, that's the end of the quiz. I think
So
out of all of that, I think you got a third of a mark.
Got sweat patches.
Good. Work harder.
No, I can't. Look at all my lactic sweat
That's
acid.
not lactic acid. That's not what sweat is.
I'll just end it now. I'm not doing this anymore. There we go. That was an episode, wasn't it?
That was an episode. Something
By the
happened.
end of tonight, I'll know what you've just listened to because I'll have edited it. I think I did a fine job. I also need to make a chocolate mousse tonight.
Why do you have to make a chocolate mousse?
I'm having the girls around for a dinner party tomorrow.
And why do they like chocolate?
What?
Dear.
What? Why are you asking that question?
I was trying to make something out of the fact that moose is also an animal, but
Oh, I didn't get that.
no, kind of bailed on it before I'd even started it.
Yeah, there's a premonition for your life, isn't it?
Rude.
Yeah, I like to be rude to you. Megan wants to play Minecraft tonight. Ron can't. He's playing D&D. Ron, people need to talk to us more. The socials have been very quiet lately.
Discord's been popping off.
Has it?
Yeah, hang on, let me have a scroll. Oh, we need to do titles from last week.
I've put the titles there.
Because Mystics had a go at guessing.
What were Mystics' guesses?
Ichabod Screwbinnen, which is one.
Yeah, ding.
Titties, the study of underboob.
No.
Westminster Cathaby, I don't know what that means.
It was when I got Cathedral and Abbey squished into one word.
A creepy vegetable singing. The log flume is open.
That's you talking about your Methuselah juice.
Big fat ploppy rain. General room lamp. Will Duggan, wine, shut it, Laura, boobs. Table/dog intercourse, a sick twisted penis, gobby gob gob gob, Bolger.
You'd never know it was a science podcast from these titles, would you?
Who egg millionaire.
You'd just never know it had anything to do with science.
No, you wouldn't. Mike had a go as well.
Yeah, what's Mike saying?
Mike said, I found food in my crotch. Call your own,
It was a nut.
call your own shit, Ichabod, which...
Yes, ding.
The table fucking pushes back. To and fro, stop and go. The log flume is open. You can just bung him in anything. Hot hog in butter.
Ding.
Make it longer when it's raining. A sick twisted penis. Big fat garlic sausage. It's her soppy lips you are enjoying.
It makes it sound like we make a really porny podcast. Most of them have been guessed then. The only ones that we put in the shortlist that didn't get guessed there were Isaac-Ibod Newton and Why Would I Know About a Woman? Ichabod Scrivener, Call Your Own Shit Ichabod, and A Hot Hog in Butter. But we went with It Came in 3 Parts Like an Ant.
There was chat about the lamp. My lamp. There was
Did
chat
you
about
post a picture of your lamp? Put a picture of your lamp on Instagram.
I'll send you a picture to post.
No, just post it.
I don't...
Ron, I do so much work for this podcast.
I'm doing... Look at me doing work right now. I'm reading stuff out.
I know, because you're using your phone camera, all I can see is you peering at me like an old man.
Jenny says you were wrong, it wasn't me. No, sorry, there was Mystic first, actually. Mystic said you're wrong, it wasn't Mean Girls, it was 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yes, and absolutely right. Mystic is right, 1,000% right. I know you can be whelmed and you can be underwhelmed, but can you ever just be whelmed?
People corrected me on when Isaac Newton was born, but I was honestly nonplussed. And yeah, that was about it, really.
Listen, guys, we think you're the best listeners in the world. And hey, there isn't much to say in the intro and outro this week. Join the bloody Patreon.
Like
Sick of
these
you.
legends.
Sick of you not getting round to it. Just sort your life out, and that's the first thing you need to sort. And then get tickets to the London Podcast Festival, even if you can't come. Okay, do you know who has joined the Patreon? It's Chris. Chris Person. Chris is an imposter into the family. Perhaps they're a secret sibling or a spooky aunt-uncle. However, they are terrible at fraud, as they have spelt the second name wrong. This joke doesn't really work for the listener, or Chris in particularly, but it's written down now. Ron, what the fuck is that?
Well, because I read it as Chris Pearson.
Oh, we've never told people that that's our family name, though.
No, I told you it didn't really work.
Let's also give Chris a job of being the penguin keeper at the Lexx Education Zoo.
All right. And also a big thanks to Luann. Luann is the Spanish teacher at Lexx Education School, producing the sister podcast, Lexo Educational, where Lucy Porter's Spanish brother, Diego Porto, teaches her Espanol.
And also thank you to Tom Sargent, who invented the anti-olive pop shield, which silences all chewing noises. Ron has eaten 128 olives over the last 3 episodes, and nobody knew. Thank you, Tom.
Class dismissed.
No, Ron, say goodbye or something.
Goodbye, Tom. Class dismissed.
Class dismissed. My turn.